All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to take a look at being able to calculate slope, do a little bit more with that. And we have a formula that we use, and our formula looks like this. So M stands for slope, and then y2 and x2, and x1 and y1 are two different points. So those are 2 points on the line. And we're going to kind of do this two ways. We're going to do some counting like we did yesterday, and then we're going to also do some calculation to see how this can go. And depending on the situation, you can really use either way. All right, so it says here, find and label P, which is at -3, 1. So that's over here. This is point P, because it asked me to label. R, 0, 3, which is over here. And we're going to use these, and we're going to do it like we did yesterday first. So we're going to go through, and we're going to count. So to get from P to R, remember it's always up, down, and then left or right. So we're going down, and we went down 1, 2, 3, 4. And since it's going down, that's a negative. And then we went over 1, 2, 3. So -4 over 3. Okay, M equals slope. Now we're going to take this and we're going to try it using our formula. So the formula, we have to first identify. This is going to be point 1, this is point 2. Hopefully that makes sense. First point, second point. This is your x, this is y, this is x, this is y. So we're going to take and we're just going to fill in. So y2 means I need the y value from the second point. Second point, y value, -3. Minus y1. So I need the y value from the first point, so -3 minus 1. Over, now I'm going to do the same thing for the x's, right? Here's your x value in the second point, 0. X value in the first point, minus -3. Integer rules will kill you, people, so please be careful. -3 minus 1 is -4. 0 minus -3 is a leave, change, which means it would become +3. What do you notice? They are equal. So it doesn't matter if you count or if you use your formula. You're going to get the same slope. All right, let's try another one. Next page. So select any 2 points on the line to label as P and R. So you can pick any points you want. So I chose to take this point as P, and then I did this point as R. You can pick 2 other ones if you want. Calculate the slope of the line. Well, I'm going to write down what the points were. So I'm going to do, P is going to be -3, -1. And R is going to be -1, 3. So now I have to decide, right? This is going to be the first, this is the second. So I'm going to start with my formula, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Now I'm going to fill in my numbers. I need the y value of the second point. That's this, 3. Y value of the first point, minus -1. Divided by. I need the x value of the second point, -1. X value of the first, minus -3. So this is going to give me 3 minus -1 is 4. -1 minus -3 is going to give me 2. That would reduce down to 2. Okay, pick a different pair of points. All right, so this time I'm going to pick over here, and I'm going to call it S and T, just because I want to. So there's S, there's T, and I'm going to do the same thing. So S is at the point -4, -3. T is at the point -2, 1. First point, second point. So then I'm going to write my formula, y equals, oops, not y equals, sorry. That should say M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so here's my second point. I need the y value, 1 minus -3. I need the x values, so -2 minus -4. So 1 minus -3 is 4. -2 minus -4 is 2, which gives me a slope of 2. What do you notice? They're the same. The slopes are the same. So it does not matter if you count on the graph. It doesn't matter which pair of points you pick. Any points are going to give you the same slope. So you have multiple ways to do this. Okay, let's go through. We're just going to now do our work with our formula. Right, so I'm going to write it again. M equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, first point, second point. I need my y value, so I'm going to do 1 minus 10. Underneath, I need 2 minus negative 1. 1 minus 10 is negative 9. 2 minus negative 1 is 3. That would reduce to negative 3 over 1. All right, number 4, first point, second point. So I have to do negative 3 minus negative 5, 7 minus 3. Negative 3 minus negative 5 is 2, and 7 minus 3 is 4. This would reduce down to 1/2. Okay, first point, second point. So I'm going to do the y values first. Negative 4 minus negative 2 over 7 minus negative 5. Negative 4 minus negative 2 is negative 2. 7 minus negative 5 is 12, which would reduce down to 1 over 6. You want to keep them as fractions, not as decimals. Okay? Any questions? Please bring them to class. Otherwise, have a good night.